This morning I read Psalm chapter 96 verse 2, which says, "Proclaim the good news of his salvation from day to day." It just reminded me of a saying that I have which goes, "Wherever I go, whatever I do, preach the gospel to many, to few, to me, to you." So I'm going to do that briefly here on this video. The gospel is not about what you can do for God. It's about what he has done for you. It's not about your works. It's about the finished work of Jesus Christ. It's not about what we do, it's about what he's done, and the work is finished. That's why the last thing Jesus said when he was on the cross, he said, "It is finished." And that's what we call grace. The word grace encapsulates everything that God has done for us through the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. That's the gospel. It's the good news. It's the best news ever. And Paul said in Romans chapter 1 verse 15, he said, "I'm not ashamed of the gospel, because it is the power of God unto salvation to everyone who believes, to the Jew first and also to the Greek." Why? Because in the gospel the righteousness of God is revealed from faith to faith. As it is written, "The just shall live by faith." The gospel reveals the righteousness of God, not his perfect standard, how to be made right with God, the righteousness which God ascribes. I think the Amplified says that the righteousness that God gives as a free gift, that's the righteousness that's revealed. That's the righteousness of God that's revealed through the gospel. And it's a free gift. It's given to us because of what Jesus has done, not because of what we do or don't do. It's based on Jesus, not on us. And so Ephesians chapter 2 verse 8 says, "By grace you are saved through faith." Grace is God's part, and his part is done. The work is finished, and now all that's left to do is believe. That's why the righteousness of God is unto all, as it says in Romans 3, but only upon all them that believe. And so we simply need to believe and receive. Jesus, when he hung on the cross, he literally became sin. He became your sin, he became my sin. He took all of our faults, failures, shortcomings, and even the sin nature itself in his body on the cross. And so as Jesus hung on the cross, he became sin. And 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 21 says that God made Jesus, who knew no sin, to be made sin, so that we might be made the righteousness of God in him. So in the same way, it wasn't Jesus' sin that caused him to die, and it wasn't his sin that was in his body, it was ours. Now it's not our righteousness that we get given, it's his righteousness. It's the righteousness of Jesus. Amen and amen.